Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel about relationships and for marriage-minded men. And I'd like to talk about things that you may not think about ordinarily when you're in the throes of a relationship starting and you're so happy and excited, and then you have big plans and then they get dashed. I want you to be prepared for what you're going into, and just here thinking about your upcoming marriage and your relationships. I predict it's going to be painful. I think you're going to have pain if you get married to a Filipina or anyone else. And I know that because that's just what happens when people get married. So please don't unsubscribe. Just hear me out here. I'm going to talk about an article from Forbes.com by someone named Mark Travers, who I cite quite a bit. He's talking about hard pills to swallow for a successful marriage. That's the kind I want the people that watch this channel to know. He had earlier talked about your partner will not complete you, and it's not their job to. That was a recent video. And the other part we want to talk about today is the painful part that you'll have to navigate through. I think anybody that's been married for a substantial amount of time would agree with that. Your partner is going to hurt you, and you're going to hurt them too. From the article, no matter how much love exists between you, at some point in your marriage, your partner will hurt you, not because they don't care, but because they are human. They will say the wrong thing. I will add, maybe by design, make a careless mistake, or just fail to meet your expectations. And as painful as this truth is to accept, the harder pill to swallow is this: you will hurt them too. Yes, there have been times I have hurt my wife, and we have hurt each other, but we've been married 10 years. I married her in the Philippines in 2015 in only 54 days. And so we just had our 10th anniversary. And I have been learning a lot, and I try to share those concepts here. So it's a quick marriage, but I've learned how to deal with the pain, and I hope that my wife has as well. So many believe that love should protect them from pain. But a 2017 study by John and Julie Gottman, based on over 45 years of research on relationship stability, shows that what truly determines a couple's success is not the absence of hurt, but how they repair and reconnect after conflict. That is such a great statement. What determines a couple's success is not the absence of hurt, but how they repair and reconnect after conflict. And a lot of my words here, a lot of divorces, broken relationships before marriage, they just don't know how to repair it. And then the reconnection never happens. And even after the reconnection happens, there will still be hurt. And you'll have to go through this cycle again of repair and reconnect after conflict, repair and reconnect again. Now back to the article. The Gottman's sound relationship house theory highlights that lasting relationships are built on constructive conflict management, emotional repair, and a deep understanding of how love evolves over time. Yes, love evolves over time. Here's how you can use this theory to navigate hurt and strengthen your marriage. Number one, approach conflict as a repair opportunity. A repair opportunity, not a battleground. Don't overreact, in other words. Gottman's research found that couples in thriving marriages, which still do happen, by the way, contrary to many on YouTube, these people engage in constructive conflict management. This means that they don't avoid conflict, but they handle it in ways that repair rather than damage. This includes using soft startups. This involves initiating conversations about difficult topics in a calm, respectful, and non-accusatory manner, avoiding any blame or criticism. So if you're not in that mood, stay away from, talking about these conflicting situations until the time is right. doesn't have to be dealt with right this minute. Number 2, accepting influence. This involves listening to their partner's perspective instead of reacting defensively. Like the Bible says, swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Another point they make here, making repair attempts. This involves small gestures like humor, affection, or acknowledging their feelings to de-escalate tension. So critical to try to acknowledge their feelings. My wife doesn't always say things that's on her mind as readily as I do, so I do have to kind of think about what might be going on. We'll talk about that more a little bit later, but you have to try to de-escalate the tension before you dive into it. Navigating disagreements with emotional repair in mind prevents resentment from taking root and allows love to deepen even after a conflict. I will say here that I think the conflict is necessary to grow. It's a test. If you're not going to handle the conflict well, the marriage isn't going to work. And if you really want the marriage to work, and if you really love your wife, you're going to do these things, and you're going to find this interesting. Number 2, understand that love evolves through phases. That's good. Another key insight from their research is that love is not static. It evolves through different stages, and couples who understand this can navigate hurt with more patience and perspective. And you got to be patient. I'm adding to be able to see this. These stages: phase 1, romantic love. That's the easy part, I think. The honeymoon phase, where passion and excitement are high. Small hurts may feel insignificant as positive emotions override them. Phase 2, building life together. Here's where it gets hard. As responsibilities grow, now that you're together, so do challenges. That's normal. This is when couples experience real conflicts and must learn to repair and adapt. It's going to happen sooner than later. When you get married, don't be frightened of it. Don't think it means you're not meant for each other. It just means now you have an opportunity to grow from this conflict. Number 3, mature, lasting love. A deeper, more stable form of love emerges based on trust, shared history, and emotional security rather than just passion. Sometimes I wonder, if this is me, if people that didn't cut the cord so quickly, didn't give up so fast, stayed married, worked through the pain, were patient, didn't overreact, just focused on loving each other, how many of those marriages would have been working out just fine eventually if if they were just exercising patience and could get through the pain. It's just a natural part of growth in marriage. Another point they make, number 3, strengthen emotional bonds by acknowledging primary emotions. One reason hurt feels so profound in relationships is that primary emotions like fear, sadness, and the need for connection drive our reactions. When your partner lashes out or withdraws, their reaction often stems from deeper emotional needs rather than just the surface level conflict, that you can see. And so to encourage deeper connection in this emotional climate, he suggests trying the following. Look beyond anger or frustration. Ask yourself, what is my partner really feeling? I like this point so much. With a wife who doesn't talk a whole lot about what's going on inside, I have to look beyond the anger and frustration. And there are times I know something's on her mind, something's bothering her. It must be pretty bad. And it may take a long while for her to share it with me. So I just kind of give her the benefit of the doubt, try to be understanding, try to think through the situation, and realize that there's probably some kind of a hidden reason for this, or beneath the surface level reason. Another thing, before I run out of time, respond with empathy. Respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. It's essential to acknowledge the hurt before trying to fix the problem or defend yourself. And last point here, reaffirm emotional security. This involves expressing love, appreciation, and commitment, even in difficult moments. So all these points are good. I really like this one. Express love, appreciation, and commitment, even in difficult moments, because I think this is the time that matters the most. When you're tested, when times are tough, that's when you really know if you love her or if the marriage is going to work. But you got to be tested first. So these tough times are a good thing. And please leave a comment on Love Beyond the Sea.